Hello everybody, my name is Faethodas and this is a testing mechanics video for Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. I wanted to create a new build based on a specific mechanic of the game, but before I start working on the build, I wanted to make sure that the mechanic would work as I thought it would work. To make sure, I had to do some testing of that mechanic and see exactly how it works, because I didn't want to waste my time working on a build with this mechanic thinking that it works as I wanted it to work, while it wouldn't work that way at all. So a test was necessary. To test mechanics, I decided to use the official editor of the game and create something like a working bench. Thankfully, I didn't need to create something complicated to do the testing, so it went down easily. This is my working bench. I put an enemy on a tiny space and trapped it there so it could not move at all. This enemy was a skeleton, which was a melee one, and of course he didn't have any immunities to elemental damage. I created the spawn place for my character a bit further, so I had to run to the skeleton. While testing, I needed to exit and re-enter the map multiple times, and sometimes this skeleton was spawning with thrown weapons instead of melee weapons. When that happened, I didn't test. I re-entered the map for a melee skeleton to appear. One more thing to remember about this testing is that in this game we cannot see any damage numbers of damage over time types, even if we use some mods or executables that show more damage types than just physical critical damage or piercing, so I used the method of comparing how fast the health bar of the enemy was going down after the retaliation damage was triggered. Now, first the mechanic. The new build is based on 35% chance of 480 electrical burn retaliation damage over 3 seconds legendary charm which we attach on items. I had 3 questions about this ability. First question: does it get boosted by elemental damage buffs from intelligence or percentages to elemental damage from items, etc, etc. Second question: does the chance of this charm stack? Third question: does the damage number stack and increases? Let's answer these questions one by one. Number 1. Does it get boosted by elemental damage buffs? By elemental damage buffs, we mean items or skills that provide some percentages of elemental damage. For example, you could equip an amulet that would provide plus 50% elemental damages, and this one would boost the elemental damage of all your skills and attacks. Would such a buff increase the damage of this 480 electrical burn retaliation of this charm? Here is how I tested if this works. First, I equipped a white item chest armor which had this charm of 480 electrical burn damage attached to it. I went to the skeleton and I let him hit me, while recording the speed of its health bar's depletion. After that, I equipped my character some items that provide more elemental damage as percentages and also more electrical burn damage, 4 items overall. Then I let the skeleton hit me again and recorded again the depletion of its health bar. After that, I tried to synchronize the initial hits of the enemy of these 2 setups of items and checked if with the elemental damage buffs from the items his health bar went down faster. As we can see here, the damage over time remains exactly the same. In both cases, the health bar depletes at the exact same speed. So, the question to the first answer is clear enough. Does retaliation damage of this charm get boosted from buffs as percentages to elemental damage from items, skills, or even intelligence attribute? The answer is no, it does not. Number 2. Does the 35% chance of this charm stack up to 100% if we use 3 charms at the same time? This test was easy to do. First, I equipped one item with 1 charm only and let the enemy hit me. As we can see here, many attacks are successful and some are not. Now I equip 4 items with the charm attached to each one. If the chains would stack, then all of the attacks would trigger the retaliation damage. There shouldn't be even a single hit without activating the power of this charm, but as we can see here, sometimes the enemy deals damage to my character without receiving any retaliation damage. So, does the chains stack up to 100% or not? The answer is no, it doesn't stack. It is always 35%. Number 3. Does the damage number of the charm stack and increases more than 1000 damage over time? For this test I had to first equip one item with the charm on it and let the skeleton hit me. I recorded the depletion of its health bar after the burn damage triggered, then I equipped all 4 items with the charm on them and repeated the process. Then I took the 2 health bars of these 2 different setups and I put them side by side to check the speed of the depletion of the bars. As we can see here, it is very clear that the damage of this charm stacks and it deals much more damage than a charm on one item alone. So, the answer to this question is yes. The amount of damage of retaliation can stack the more items of the same damage type we use. But the damage does not always come with the highest stacked number possible. Sometimes when this effect triggers, we can see that the damage of this effect is lower than other times. So it may stack up to 4 times if we use 4 charms of this effect by chance, meaning that some triggers will deal only 480 damage over time, while some others will deal double or triple this damage depending on luck. Depending on my experience with the build that relies on this specific charm, I would say that there is approximately a 40% chance for the trigger to apply the full stackable damage of 4 charms, which makes it a powerful ability in the game. At least this is how it felt to me. So, to summarize the results of the test. Number 1. Retaliation damage of this charm, but also of any other item, does not increase by buffs to elemental damage and intelligence. Number 2. The chance for this ability to trigger do not stack the more charms we use, it is always 35%. Number 3. The amount of retaliation damage can stack, but it stacks by chance. It is not constantly stacked the more charms we use. After I finished these tests, I decided to start playing this new build, which I will upload 2 days after the day this test video was uploaded. If anybody else plans on testing this charm to verify the results of this testing, please let me know the results of your testing. Room for error during testing is always there, and I am open to suggestions and corrections. Thanks for watching this video, the new build is coming. Stay tuned!